What daily life was really like for an Edwardian family. In an Edwardian home, the day moved with a quiet order. Morning light slipped through lace curtains and rested on polished wood. The family rose gently, one by one, to the soft sounds of the house waking. Tea warmed the hands and bread was cut slowly. Clothes were chosen with care, brushed and buttoned in calm silence. Even the clock seemed patient, marking time without hurry, as the household settled into its gentle rhythm. Meals were simple and unhurried, shared around a solid table worn smooth by years of use. Conversation stayed low and kind, like a steady stream. The adults tended to small duties, letters and ledgers, while children learned their lessons nearby. Outside, horses passed at an easy pace, and the air carried the faint scent of coal smoke and clean linen. The hours drifted along, predictable and reassuring, never pressing too close. As evening arrived, lamps were lit and shadows softened the corners of each room. Supper ended with quiet thanks, and the family drew nearer to the fire. Hands worked calmly, mending, reading, or simply resting. The house breathed out warm and safe. One by one, voices faded, footsteps slowed, and the night settled gently over everything, steady and kind, until only stillness remained. The twilight hours stretched slowly, wrapping the house in a soft, golden haze. Curtains fluttered with a gentle evening breeze, and the faint tick of the clock blended with the hush of the settling home. Outside, the garden rested quietly, shadows of trees stretching long and gentle across the ground. The family moved with ease, speaking in hushed tones, their steps light on the wooden floors, as if they too were part of the calm night. In the sitting room, the fire glowed with a steady warmth, casting soft light on the familiar shapes of chairs and books. A parent might read aloud, in a voice barely above a whisper, while a child traced patterns in the carpet with tiny fingers. The scent of warm tea lingered, mingling with the faint perfume of flowers brought in earlier. Everything was slow, deliberate, and tender, a quiet unfolding of evening that left no space for hurry or worry. As the household drew closer to rest, the lamps dimmed one by one, leaving only the gentle flicker of the hearth. Blankets were smoothed, slippers set aside, and the calm settled over each room like a soft blanket. Windows glimmered with the last hints of fading light, and the world outside softened into shadows and silence. The house exhaled slowly, peacefully, and the night held everything in a quiet embrace, letting the mind drift, gentle and light, into the hush of a restful evening. The house lay in gentle stillness, each room bathed in the soft glow of fading light. Outside, the sky deepened into quiet shades of blue, and the stars began to twinkle faintly, like whispers across the heavens. The air was cool and calm, carrying the faint scent of evening flowers and the distant earth. Inside, the family moved with the last traces of the day, their motions slow and unhurried, each step measured with quiet care. By the hearth, the final flicker of firelight danced softly against the walls, casting warm shadows that seemed to breathe with the room. Children's eyes grew heavy, and parents paused, their hands resting, hearts quiet. The sounds of the night drifted in through the open windows. A gentle wind, the distant call of an owl, the soft rustle of leaves. Each sound was small and gentle, a lullaby of the evening that wrapped the house in calm. Slowly, the household settled into deep quiet. Chairs remained empty, books closed, and blankets smoothed over resting bodies. The room seemed to sigh, peaceful and steady, as if the very walls knew the ease of night. Every movement faded, every breath slowed, and the world softened into gentle darkness. And there, in the tender hush, the house and all within it rested, embraced by the night, wrapped in calm and quiet, until only the softest silence lingered. The night deepened softly, wrapping the home in a velvet hush. Moonlight slipped through the windows, touching the floors with pale, gentle beams. The air was still, carrying only the faint whisper of leaves brushing against one another outside. Inside, the house seemed to breathe quietly, every corner softened by shadows and the tender glow of fading lamps. Even the smallest objects rested peacefully, bathed in the calm of the evening. In the bedrooms, blankets rose and fell with slow, steady breaths. The quiet tick of the clock was a gentle companion, steady and unhurried. Outside, the garden rested under the watchful eyes of the stars. Petals folding, dew settling, the world hushed and calm. Each sound was delicate. A soft creak, a distant night bird, the faint rustle of curtains in the breeze, woven into the stillness like a quiet lullaby. Time itself seemed to pause, holding the house in tender patience. Every movement, every thought, softened and slowed. The warmth of the hearth, the gentle shadows, the cool touch of night air, all blended into one serene embrace. And in that embrace, the family rested, steady and quiet, hearts calm, minds gentle, until only the soft, endless quiet remained, folding everything into its gentle, tender arms. The house lay wrapped in a delicate calm, every corner softened by the stillness of night. Shadows stretched long and gentle, and the faint glow of moonlight traced quiet patterns across the floors. Outside, the world whispered softly, trees swaying in a slow rhythm, the night air carrying a cool, soothing hush. Inside, every movement had slowed, every sound softened to a tender murmur, like the house itself was breathing in gentle time. The last lamps flickered low, and the warmth of the fire faded to a gentle glow. Chairs stood empty, books closed, and blankets rested lightly over sleeping bodies. The quiet of the evening settled fully, as if the house, the family, and the world beyond had exhaled together. The faint rustle of curtains, the distant hum of the night, all blended into a serene, unbroken calm. Time drifted lightly, unnoticed, carrying with it the soft ease of rest. Hearts beat slowly, thoughts softened, and the world outside became a gentle shadow, distant and kind. And there, in that tender, quiet space, the home rested fully, wrapped in gentle calm, embraced by the night, until only soft, still silence remained. Good night.